Hey guys, it's Meggi Liz and welcome to the Wednesday vlog. For this week's video, I'm going to be doing something kind of different. I've actually never really done anything like this, which is talking about my first time doing many things, starting from when I was younger to now, and I'm nervous but excited, so let's just get this video started. Alright, so my very first time watching a scary movie was whenever I was about 6, and it was Dawn of the Dead. So, if you don't know what Dawn of the Dead is, it's a zombie movie, which I'm terrified of zombies, so now that all really makes sense. But basically, these people get trapped in a mall and basically get tracked down by zombies, and I was very scared of it, which I'm not scared of scary movies anymore, but I definitely was then. Also, because I was like 6. um, so yeah, I was about 6 when I watched my very first scary movie, and it was terrifying. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, so this one we're jumping down in age, which is when I was 5, when I lost my very first tooth. I remember that very clearly, weirdly enough. I was in my kindergarten class, and we were singing like the song for like the months, or it was something like that, and my tooth has been hurting for a couple days, so I just like started messing with it with my tongue, and then all of a sudden it just came out. I remember I grabbed it. I was terrified. I reached for it and I was just like, teacher, teacher, like my tooth came out. And I was freaking out because I didn't know that was normal. To be honest, I thought I was dying. Because I actually, like I said before, that was my first time losing any of my teeth, so I thought I was dying and it wasn't normal. But then, of course, my parents was like, yeah, honey, like, this is normal, so don't worry. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Alright, so this one is my first time going to the dentist. It was bad. So basically, I went to the dentist. They told me they had to basically rip a tooth out of me like that day. It was like one of my really back ones. It was one that was in the far back. So it was hard for me to get to when I brushed my teeth. And I was in so much pain. Like, they gave me the shot that they usually do when they fill a cavity or pull a tooth. And they said, okay, raise your hand if you feel any pain. So about a couple minutes into, I felt pain, so I raised my hand. They're like, okay, we'll give you a shot in a second. They never did. I literally did not go to the dentist after that for like 6 years. Because I was about 8 when that happened. And I didn't go to the dentist again after that until like I was like 13. Because I refused to, because I was so terrified. I was like, oh my god, like, dentists are terrible, and yeah, I hated it, but that was my first time going to the dentist. Let's move on to my next one. Alright, this one is my first time performing on stage. I was about 7 or 8. It was at a church play, and that was before I got really bad stage fright, and I had a solo. So I basically had to go on stage, do the solo, and I thought it was terrible. But actually, when I look back on it, I was like, okay, I was actually not that bad for being 7. um, and like, I wasn't extremely nervous. Like, I literally refused to go back on stage till I was like 12, and even then, like, I actually performed once. I was supposed to perform again, then I wussed out. I cried because I was so nervous. So yeah, but that was my first time ever performing on stage. I was about 7, and it was terrifying. Alright, the next thing I remember very clearly was when I was 13, and it was my first kiss. It was very awkward, I guess you would say. Basically, the reason why it was awkward was, okay, so I'll start from the beginning of the day. My boyfriend came over. We were hanging out, and he was like, oh, I have to leave because me and my family are going to Golden Corral. I was like, okay, cool, like, My dad took him home. He texted me like 30 minutes later and was just like, hey, like my parents said you can come. Like, do you think your dad can take you back over here? I was like, yeah. So I go over there. I met his mom for the first time. And the first thing she said, I had braces at the time, and the first thing she said was like, oh my god, I love your braces. I was like, thanks. Even though I think I look like a really big nerd with them, but thanks. We ended up going to Golden Corral and had a great time. We ended up going to the dam in Osage Beach, and we hung out there and we went back to his house where my dad was going to pick me up. And we basically were in the kitchen, and sister kind of forced it upon us, I guess. She pressured us into kissing, and we did. And it was awful. He was shorter than me. He was like to here on me. And he literally stood on top of a chair to kiss me so he could be taller than me. And God, he's gonna hate me if he ever sees this video. I don't know if he even watches my videos, but yeah, he kissed like a dog. To be honest, kissing my dog would probably be more better than him, to be honest. Yeah, he was not a good kisser whatsoever. So yeah, let's move on to my next story. Alright, so my first time I'm going to talk about is my first time working. Alright, so basically I worked there from this year, late March to late May. I worked there for about 2 months, and it was for like a little program thing where they helped me get that job. I worked alongside a lot of people I went to school with, some older people that I never even met until then, and they basically told me I wasn't going to work there anymore, which I was super pissed about, but I was like, okay, like, I understand, because they said they didn't need more help. 5 days later, I was on my way back from Kansas, because I went to go basically take my dog up to my grandmother, because her dog got killed, and our dog needed a good home. And so we gave it to her, and on the way back, my friend Isaac, who worked there, was like, hey, like, there's a new girl working here. And that's the moment I realized, yep, they lied to me. They told me I wasn't going to work there anymore because they didn't need any more help. Well, as you could tell, that was not the case. They basically really didn't hire me for no apparent reason, which I'm still kind of pissed about, same with my parents. But you know, whatever. Alright, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, and comment down below what was your first time doing some of those things, or just tell me a first time of you doing anything, and I will definitely reply back. Give me suggestions on what you want for new videos every week, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Subscribe, and also all my social media will be down in the description. Subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and I'll talk to you guys later. Love you guys.